Imagine this. You're holding a dime in your hand, small, silver, barely worth 10 cents. You toss it on a counter, never thinking twice. But what if I told you that same dime could secretly be worth more than a luxury car, more than a year's salary, even more than some people's entire life savings? Yes, we're talking about Roosevelt Dimes, those tiny, shiny coins you probably walk past every single day, hiding secrets worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. And tonight, right here on Rare U.S. Coin Secrets, we're diving deep into the top 5 ultra-rare and most valuable Roosevelt Dimes, coins so rare that even veteran collectors dream of seeing one just once in their lifetime. But hold tight, because what you're about to see might just change the way you look at loose change forever. And if you think you have seen rare coins before, you have not seen these. This first one looks ordinary. A 1957 dime, just a coin from Denver Mint, brown dots, a gentle shimmer of time on its face. But what lies beneath that simple silver surface will send chills down your spine, and maybe, just maybe, make you rethink every coin in your pocket. So buckle up, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, because today we're uncovering treasures that the world almost forgot. Welcome to Rare U.S. Coin Secrets. Coin number 1. At first glance, it is modest. The 1957 with D. Roosevelt Dime, a quiet relic born in the bustling Denver Mint during an age of innovation and optimism in post-war America. Millions of dimes rolled out that year, but this one, the one with those soft brown toned dots and flawless luster, is unlike any other. This isn't your ordinary silver dime. It's a survivor, a piece of history that defied time, circulation, and destruction. To exist in a condition so extraordinary, collectors can barely believe it's real. Let's rewind to the 1950s. America was booming. The air was filled with the scent of new cars, jazz music, and hope. The Roosevelt Dime, freshly introduced in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt was becoming an American staple, a coin of gratitude and progress. Minted in 90% silver, 10% copper, each dime from this era carries a touch of old-world value, real precious metal, not just cladded copper nickel. But here's the secret. Most 1957 D dimes were melted down, damaged, or lost to time. Finding one in fine, untouched, beautifully aged condition with that rare brown-spotted toning, that's like finding a diamond in the sand. And those brown dots, they're not flaws. Oh no, they are signatures of authenticity, patterns that experts say form only under perfect conditions. Decades of stable temperature, controlled humidity, and gentle oxidation that blesses the coin with that stunning old soul glow. Collectors whisper about these tones. They call them coin freckles, a living fingerprint of the metal's journey through time. Each one tells its own story. Now here's where it gets wild. You see, the 1957 D-dime might seem common until you realize that finding one in this specific fine condition with that natural toning and strong strike is practically impossible today. Coin grading experts from across the United States say that the number of perfectly preserved 1957 Ds that still exist could be counted on one hand. That's right, a handful. And the few that surface at major auctions, they spark bidding wars that make headlines. Collectors don't just see a coin, they see a piece of frozen history, a symbol of American endurance, a physical connection to the Silver Age of United States. Currency. The demand is explosive. Every serious Roosevelt dime collector from New York to California dreams of owning this piece. It's not just rarity, it's the emotional gravity this coin carries. Because when you hold it, you're touching 1957. You're touching an era of strength, pride, and craftsmanship that doesn't exist anymore. And now the part you have been waiting for. If you somehow, by pure luck, happen to find one of these 1957 D. Roosevelt dimes with the rare brown dotted surface in fine condition, brace yourself. Because this little silver beauty, this coin smaller than your thumbnail, carries a market value of around $130,000. Yes, you heard that right. $130,000. That's not a collector's dream, that's today's reality. And experts say its value is climbing fast. The market for rare Roosevelt dimes has exploded over the last few years. Auction after auction, record after record, and this coin keeps rising like a shooting star in the numismatic sky. So if you are lucky enough to have one, you are not holding a coin. You're holding a treasure, a tiny vault of silver and history, a wealth capsule that could change your fortune overnight. And this isn't fantasy. It's fact. Every major coin dealer in America is keeping a sharp eye on the next verified 1957 with defined. The competition is fierce and the value is expected to double, even triple, in the coming years. Remember, this isn't just a collectible. It's an investment, a piece of America's legacy sealed in silver. So how do you know if you have one of these ultra-rare treasures hiding in your collection? Here's what to look for. Check for that tiny D-mint mark just below the torch on the reverse. That's the sign it was struck in Denver. Look for natural brown toning, not artificial. The dots should appear organic, subtle, and spread evenly across the surface like specks of time itself. And examine the coin's shine. It should have that smooth, silky luster that only genuine silver from the 1950s carries. If your dime has these signs, do not hesitate. Get it professionally graded. Because the next time one of these surfaces, it could become headline news again. The 1957 with Roosevelt Dime isn't just a coin, it's a story trapped in metal. A symbol of craftsmanship, history, and the enduring value of what most people overlook. So the next time you see a dime glimmering in the sunlight, remember, treasures don't always come in treasure chests. Sometimes they fit in the palm of your hand. And if you loved uncovering this hidden gem, stay tuned because the next 4 coins in this series will blow your mind even further. Each one rarer, each one more valuable, each one proof that sometimes the smallest things carry the biggest secrets. Don't forget, Rare US Coin Secrets brings you freshly updated videos every single day, packed with real stories, real treasures, and the secrets collectors don't want you to know. Subscribe, stay curious, and remember that dime in your drawer could be your ticket to a fortune. Coin number 2. Now, if you thought the 1957 with D dime was impressive, hold on tight. Because the next coin on our list doesn't just whisper rarity, it screams it. It's from an era most people overlook, the 1980s. A decade of bright lights, cassette tapes, and American ambition. But hidden deep within the massive production of modern coins, one dime emerged from the Philadelphia Mint that changed everything. This, my friends, is the 1984 with Roosevelt Dime, and what's special about this one is not what meets the eye, it's what's beneath it. At first glance, it is simple. A beautiful gray layered finish, silky smooth surface, perfectly struck details, every ridge, every contour, crisp and sharp. But this isn't just a well-preserved coin. It's a ghost from a minting miracle, a dime that defied all odds and became one of the most hunted Roosevelt rarities in America today. 1984, Philadelphia. The U.S. Mint was in full throttle, producing millions of dimes a day. Coin presses thundered, metals clashed, and the air smelled of heated steel and fresh-cut planchettes. But deep in that mechanical chaos, something unusual happened. Experts believe that a microscopic flaw occurred during the striking process. A rare chemical reaction or layering imperfection gave birth to a unique grayish surface layer, a texture unlike any other Roosevelt dime before or after. Collectors later named it the Gray Phantom of Philly, a dime whose mysterious finish made it almost impossible to identify at first glance. Most people who handled it had no idea they were touching a coin worth a small fortune. The Roosevelt dime, made of copper nickel clad over a copper core, rarely develops tones like this, but this coin's finish is almost metallic silk, with subtle gray hues that dance under the light like liquid steel. And unlike typical 1980s dimes that wore down quickly from circulation, this specimen survived in extra fine condition, smooth, untouched, and breathtakingly crisp. How? That's the mystery that still leaves experts scratching their heads. The 1984 with P mint mark rests quietly on the coin's obverse, just above the date, subtle but powerful. But it's the surface that makes this dime legendary. That soft gray layer isn't damage. It's a natural evolution, the result of perfect chemistry between the metals and the environment. Under magnification, it reveals a shimmering micro-texture, almost like brushed titanium. And when light hits it just right, it glows with an otherworldly radiance. It's not just beautiful, it is scientifically fascinating. No two examples share the same exact toning. Each one tells its own unique story, making every discovery like unearthing a new chapter of American minting history. Now here's the part that stuns even veteran numismatists. The 1984 P. Gray layer Roosevelt dime is virtually unheard of in perfect form. Thousands of collectors have searched, hoping to find one in circulation, but almost none have succeeded. For years, experts debated whether these coins even existed outside private collections. But the truth is, only a few verified examples have ever surfaced, each one causing an uproar in the collecting community. Every time one of these rare 1984 Ps appears at auction, it's like watching history repeat itself. Hands shaking, hearts racing, bids skyrocketing beyond predictions. The demand is furious. People don't just see metal, they see mystery. They see the perfect accident that the mint never intended, the flaw that became perfection. And every serious Roosevelt dime collector in the United States knows, without this coin, your set will always feel incomplete. Now let's talk about value, because this is where things get unbelievable. If you somehow find a 1984 P. Roosevelt dime with that distinct gray layer surface and extra fine condition, brace yourself. Because its current verified market value sits at a jaw-dropping $85,500. That's right, $85,500. This isn't just a collectible. It's a numismatic bombshell, a piece that has turned casual coin hunters into overnight legends. And according to market watchers, this coin's price isn't slowing down, it's accelerating. Every passing month, as fewer high-quality examples are found, the price ticks upward. Experts predict it could break the six-figure barrier soon. So when I tell you this isn't a fantasy, I mean it. It's the kind of treasure that could be sitting in a forgotten drawer or coin jar right now, waiting for the right pair of eyes to recognize it. And that's why this channel exists, to open those eyes, to reveal what others ignore. If you're hunting for the 1984 with P, you'll need patience and precision. Start by checking the mint mark. Look for that small, crisp P on the obverse. Then, under good lighting, examine the surface closely. A true gray layer dime will have a soft, matte texture, not bright, not polished, but subtle, dignified, and smooth like stone. Avoid cleaned or polished coin. Those lose value instantly. You want originality, purity, and natural tone. If you find one that fits the profile, don't wait. Send it to a trusted grading service immediately. A certified grade is your golden ticket to unlocking its full potential. And remember, many of the world's most valuable coins were discovered not by experts, but by regular people, collectors like you. The 1984 with P. Roosevelt dime isn't just a rare coin, it's a phenomenon. A stunning accident that turned into a legend. A small reminder that even in the age of machines and mass production, miracles still happen. This dime carries a soul, a story of transformation, beauty, and unimaginable value. It's living proof that history has a way of hiding its treasures in plain sight. So keep looking, keep searching, and keep believing, because one day the dime in your hand might not be worth 10 cents. It might be worth a fortune. And the best part? You will be the one who found it. If this story inspired you, hit that like button and subscribe, because tomorrow we reveal coin number 3, and trust me, it's even rarer, even more shocking, and could rewrite everything you thought you knew about Roosevelt dimes. Stay tuned. Rare U.S. Coin Secrets brings you fresh updates every single day, uncovering the treasures that time tried to bury. Coin number 3. By now you have seen how one small coin can hold unimaginable power. But the next dime on our list, the one we're about to reveal, breaks every rule in the book. It's not from the Silver Age. It's not from the early minting years. It's from the dawn of the new millennium, the year 2000, a year that promised the future, technology, and progress. But hidden inside that high-speed digital era minting process, a single breathtaking anomaly slipped through. A dime so unusual, so hauntingly beautiful that collectors today call it the golden shade of Denver. This is the 2000 with D. Roosevelt dime, a coin with a faint yellow hue, an extraordinary shimmer, and a mystery that experts still can't fully explain. And when you see it, you will understand why this simple coin has turned the collecting world upside down. The year 2000, America stood on the edge of the 21st century. The mint was running day and night, striking billions of coins to celebrate the new millennium. Technology had improved. Machines were faster, minting was cleaner, and the errors were rare. But in the Denver Mint, somewhere among millions of flawless dimes, a small batch emerged with an unearthly glow. Instead of the usual silver-gray tone, these dimes carried a soft, golden yellow shade, subtle yet unmistakable. At first, mint workers thought it was a chemical stain. Some assumed a plating error. Others said it was impossible that modern minting couldn't produce a tone like that naturally. But tests revealed something different. This wasn't paint. It wasn't plating. It was natural metal reaction, a blend of the copper core and nickel cladding that had somehow fused imperfectly during the striking process. A 1 in a billion chemical alignment that produced a golden sheen under the coin's surface, permanent, natural, and mesmerizing. To this day, the mint has never reproduced it. When you hold this coin under the light, it is like it is alive. The yellow tone doesn't sit on top, it glows from within. It's not flashy like gold, it's warm, deep, and hypnotic. Collectors describe it as sunlight trapped in metal. That soft, golden layer dances across the coin's face, highlighting every detail of Roosevelt's profile and the torch, olive branch, and oak leaves on the reverse. It's not damage, it's destiny. Each of these rare 2000 with DS looks slightly different. Some have deeper hues, some more subtle, but all share the same unmistakable warmth. And that's what makes them so incredibly desirable. No two are exactly alike. Experts say this yellow toning can only occur under perfect environmental balance. Years of stable temperature and untouched surfaces. It is nature's fingerprint on American coinage. Now here's where the story takes a thrilling turn. Most people overlook coins from the 2000s. They think modern coins aren't valuable, too new to be rare. But they're wrong. Because these yellow-shaded 2000 with D dimes have become the new frontier of Roosevelt dime collecting. They've been found in sealed rolls, private collections, and even pocket change, and every time one appears, it sends shockwaves through the numismatic community. Collectors have called it a 21st century miracle. Auction houses have labeled it a phenomenon of perfection, and those who own one guard it like a piece of royalty. Demand has skyrocketed in just a few short years. Because it's not just about owning a coin, it's about owning a mystery. This dime represents everything collectors crave: rarity, beauty, and the unexplainable. Now, let's talk about the treasure. If you are one of the chosen few to possess a 2000 with D Roosevelt dime, with that distinct golden yellow tone in fine condition, prepare to have your mind blown. This little coin, barely weighing 2.27 grams, carries a current market value of around $82,000. Yes, $82,000. Not in fantasy, not in prediction, but right now, today. That's the price collectors are paying for this exact variant, the golden mystery from the Denver Mint. And experts are clear, the value is still rising. Why? Because the supply is nearly gone. Each verified piece locked into a private collection means fewer chances for new buyers to ever own one. Auction data shows steady growth over the past 5 years, and seasoned collectors believe this coin could become one of the defining rarities of modern United States. Coinage. It's not just an investment. It's a fortune in disguise. When you hold it, you're not holding a dime, you're holding a story of impossible beauty, a miracle that shouldn't exist but does. If you are on the hunt, here's how to spot one. First, look for the D mint mark. Small but vital, nestled just below the date. That's your key to Denver. Then, check the color carefully under natural light. A true 2000 with D yellow tone dime will have a smooth, warm hue. Not painted, not dirty, but glowing gently, like antique gold in the sun. Be cautious of fakes. Polishing or cleaning can't replicate this natural reaction. The genuine ones have depth, life, and even tone consistency from center to rim. If you think you have found one, do not delay. Send it for professional grading. A certified 2000 with D with natural golden tone can be your entry into the upper echelons of rare coin ownership. And remember, the best finds are often the ones sitting quietly, overlooked in your own collection. The 2000 with D Roosevelt dime proves something powerful, that even in the modern age of machines, mass production, and perfection, nature still finds a way to make art. It's a masterpiece born of accident and time, a shimmering echo of the new millennium, a golden whisper of history that refuses to fade. So never underestimate the coins of your generation, because inside your change jar, a treasure might be waiting, one that could rewrite your story forever. The 2000 with D isn't just rare. It's iconic. It's proof that beauty can come from the unexpected, and that sometimes the newest treasures are the hardest to find. Stay tuned, collectors, because coming up next, we move into a discovery so extraordinary it's left even professional appraisers speechless. The next coin on our list might just make you rethink everything you know about United States. Minting. Don't forget, Rare US Coin Secrets brings you freshly updated stories every single day. Subscribe now and keep your eyes sharp because your next great find might already be in your pocket. Coin number 4. Sometimes the rarest treasures don't shimmer in silver or glow in gold. Sometimes they breathe in shades of green. Tonight, we are about to uncover a coin so mysterious, so unique, that collectors across America call it the Emerald Phantom. This is the 1993 with P. Roosevelt Dime, a coin born in the modern minting era but touched by something extraordinary. A dime that carries soft green dots on its reverse, natural, ancient-looking markings that defy every explanation the mint has offered. It's more than rare. It's hauntingly beautiful. And it may just be one of the most valuable modern dimes ever struck by the United States. Mint. The year was 1993. The mint was booming. The economy was strong, coin production was sky high, and the Philadelphia Mint was churning out millions of Roosevelt dimes. These were precision-made coins, perfect, uniform, mass-produced for everyday circulation. No one expected anything unusual. But out of that ocean of silver-gray coins, a handful began to surface years later. Coins with a strange greenish pattern spreading across the reverse, especially around the torch and branches. At first, collectors thought it was corrosion or some kind of damage, but they were wrong. Upon examination by professional graders and metallurgists, the truth stunned everyone. The green coloration wasn't decay. It was a natural oxidation fusion within the coin's copper-nickel layers, sealed under the surface since the day it was struck. In other words, it was born that way. And that made all the difference. The 1993 with P. Roosevelt Dime stands out the moment you flip it over. On the obverse, Roosevelt's portrait shines proudly, a typical look from the early 1990s minting era. But the reverse, that's where the magic happens. The green dots, soft, round, almost moss-like in tone, form naturally around the torch's base, creeping toward the olive branch. They shimmer faintly under light, like emerald dust frozen in metal. Each authentic example carries its own pattern. No two are the same. Some appear as subtle freckles, others as bold splotches that give the coin a mystical character. Collectors say the effect is mesmerizing, almost like holding a living piece of history, a coin that time painted itself. And because the tone formed within the metal, rather than on top, it is permanent. No cleaning can remove it, no replica can truly copy it. That's why it's considered one of the most distinctive Roosevelt dime anomalies ever documented. Now here's where the story explodes. For years, no one paid attention to 1993 dimes. They were common, everyday change. But then, in early 2019, a verified 1993 with P specimen with the green dotted reverse appeared at a major U.S. coin auction, and the crowd went wild. What started as a modest bid quickly turned into an all-out bidding war. By the time the gavel dropped, collectors realized something big. They weren't just bidding on a coin, they were bidding on a mystery. And once word spread, every serious numismatist began searching. Coin rolls from the 90s were opened, collections rechecked, magnifiers pulled out. But genuine examples were scarce. So scarce that only a few have ever been certified at the highest quality levels. The market went crazy. The value soared. And the legend was born. Today, the 1993 P. Roosevelt dime with green-toned reverse stands as one of the most talked about coins of the decade, not just for its beauty, but for the enigma it carries. And now the part that leaves collectors breathless. If you are one of the incredibly lucky few to own a 1993 P. Roosevelt dime with those unmistakable green dots on the reverse in almost fine condition, listen carefully. Because its current verified market value stands at a jaw-dropping $96,000. Yes, $96,000 US dollars. And experts agree this isn't hype. It's happening. Every new auction seems to push the record higher. The demand is fierce, the supply microscopic, and the coin's mystique keeps growing. Numismatic analysts are already calling it a future six-figure titan. Its price has risen nearly 40% in just the past 3 years, with no sign of slowing down. And unlike other rarities that fade with time, this coin's appeal keeps burning brighter because it represents something pure, something that can't be manufactured or faked. Nature meeting precision in perfect harmony. So if you find one, even a hint of green, do not ignore it. You might be holding the next treasure of American coinage. If you're searching for the elusive 1993 P green dime, here's what to do. Start with the mint mark. That small P just above the date is crucial. Only Philadelphia struck this phenomenon. Next, inspect the reverse under soft white light. Look carefully near the torch and olive branch. Those faint circular green dots are the telltale signs. A real one will have smooth, embedded coloration, not raised or flaky. Fake versions or corroded coins will look patchy or rough. They lack the organic, silky look of the genuine tone. If you believe you have found one, do not attempt to clean or polish it. Send it straight to a professional grading service. Cleaning destroys natural oxidation and could erase thousands of dollars in value instantly. A true certified 1993 with pea green reverse dime is a numismatic dream, a piece that instantly sets your collection apart from the rest. The 1993 with pea Roosevelt dime reminds us of something profound, that perfection doesn't always shine in silver. Sometimes it glows in shades of mystery. It's a coin that bridges science, art, and history, a minting accident turned masterpiece. A living symbol that, even in modern times, miracles can happen in the smallest places. So the next time you hold a dime, turn it over. Look closely, because what looks ordinary might just be hiding a fortune. The story of this coin isn't over its value, is rising, its legend growing, and its place in coin history already secured. And remember, collectors, Rare U.S. Coin Secrets brings you freshly updated stories every single day. We uncover the treasures, the truths, and the mysteries that turn pocket change into history-making discoveries. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video, because the next coin we're revealing is even rare, even more valuable, and may just be the greatest Roosevelt dime ever found. Coin number 5. We've reached the end of our journey, and what a journey it's been. But now prepare yourself, because this final coin isn't just rare, it's legendary. This is the 1979 with D Roosevelt dime, and it carries a story unlike any other. A coin marked by brown specks and a fiery hue born from the Denver Mint. During a time of change when America was shifting, metal prices were fluctuating, and the very essence of our coins was being transformed. This dime doesn't just tell history, it bleeds it. And even though it looks worn, even though it is circulated, the secrets it carries have made it one of the most valuable Roosevelt dimes ever discovered. The year was 1979. America was standing on the edge of a new economic era. Inflation, rising metal costs, and global uncertainty were all putting pressure on the United States. Mint. Denver, one of the Mint's most trusted strongholds, was working at full force, producing millions of dimes under Roosevelt's proud portrait. These coins were built for everyday use, simple, strong, practical. But somewhere deep within the production line, a handful of coins came out different. They carried a strange brown tint, a pattern of delicate earthy speckles that danced across the surface like tiny embers in metal. Mint officials ignored them. Just a flaw, they said. But they were wrong, because these coins weren't damaged. They were transformed. The combination of high heat, pressure, and slightly impure copper layers created a natural chemical burn effect, a visual that numismatists later called the brown fire. And that's how this rare miracle from 1979 was born. Now, take a closer look. The 1979 with D Roosevelt dime doesn't shine bright silver like the rest. Instead, it wears its age-like armor, rich, deep brown spots scattered across both sides, especially near the rim and the base of Roosevelt's neck. These aren't stains. They're signatures. Each dot, each mark, a trace of the coin's fiery birth and decades-long survival in circulation. Collectors describe it as time written in copper. When tilted under light, the brown hues shimmer between bronze and crimson, almost like glowing coals beneath ash. And it's that unique color, natural, permanent, and completely unrepeatable, that sets this dime apart from millions of others. No machine, no chemical, no human hand could ever recreate it exactly. Most of these coins vanished into everyday use, spent, forgotten, worn down to metal ghosts. But a precious few survived. They passed quietly from hand to hand for decades, from pockets to cash registers, from drawers to piggy banks, until collectors began to notice the odd brown-tinted survivors. And once experts confirmed their authenticity, the collecting world ignited. You see, this coin's story isn't about perfection. It's about survival. Collectors crave it because it is real, a working-class hero among coins. It's circulated, yes, but that only adds to its legend. Every mark, every scratch, every speck of brown tells a chapter of its 46-year journey through American life. That's why this dime holds a special place in the hearts of collectors. It's living proof that even the most ordinary-looking coin can carry a soul and a fortune. And now the number that shocks even seasoned collectors. If you happen to come across a 1979 with D. Roosevelt dime with those unmistakable brown spots, circulated yet beautifully preserved, brace yourself. Because this humble piece of pocket change has a current verified market value of around $108,500. That's right, $108,500. This isn't just a collector's item, it's a numismatic legend, a treasure that turned the idea of modern coin collecting upside down. And what's more, the value keeps climbing. Auction trends show a sharp rise in the past 2 years as more investors pour into rare coin markets, looking for hidden gems with historical power. Experts predict that within the next decade, this coin could easily cross the $150,000 threshold, solidifying its place among America's most valuable Roosevelt dimes. Think about it. A dime, barely worth 10 cents, now worth more than entire collections combined. That's not luck. That's history rewarding those who look closer. So how can you find one? First, check for the D mint mark, a small letter on the obverse, confirming its Denver origin. Then study the surface carefully. The genuine 1979 with D brown fire dime has a deep natural tone. The brown spots appear smooth and embedded, not painted or corroded. They often form around the edges and across the fields of the coin in gentle, circular patterns. Avoid polished or cleaned examples. They lose both authenticity and value instantly. If you suspect you have found one, protect it immediately and send it for grading. A certified 1979 with D with original brown speckled toning, even in circulated condition, can be your ticket to owning a tangible piece of numismatic gold. And here's the best part. These coins have been found in ordinary circulation as recently as the 2000s. Yes, it's still possible that one is out there, waiting for someone with the right eyes to recognize it. The 1979 with D. Roosevelt dime isn't just a coin. It's a survivor, a fighter. Piece of metal that weathered time and came out rarer, stronger, and more valuable than ever. It teaches us something profound. That greatness doesn't always shine the brightest. Sometimes it hides in the shadows and the brown spots, in the imperfections, in the stories only age can tell. So the next time you hold a dime, don't just glance at it. Study it. Because one tiny brown speck could mean you're holding a six-figure treasure. And this is what makes coin collecting magical. If this journey through the rarest Roosevelt dimes blew your mind, smash that like button and hit subscribe, because Rare U.S. Coin Secrets brings you fresh discoveries and shocking updates every single day. We're not just talking about coins, we're uncovering history, art, and fortune, one dime at a time. Stay curious. Stay searching. And who knows, maybe you are holding the next great American treasure.